NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast, and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast, and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast, and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest, accessing and subscribing to public offers and rights issue has never been easier. Invest conveniently from your smart device. It's simple. See available offers, click to select, invest in minutes. Visit invest.ngxgroup.com to get started. Out with the old, in with the smart, fast, and efficient way to invest. Introducing NGX Invest, the revolutionary e-offering platform from Nigerian Exchange Group. With NGX Invest,
PLC. I'd like to crave our indulgence, please. If you're sitting behind and there is a seat in front of you, kindly, please move forward. Just before we start, can we do that quickly, please? If there is a seat in front of you, could you kindly move forward, please? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, now that we are seated, just before we proceed, can we please fix our eyes to the screen as we watch the safety and housekeeping video? Then I will be back. Thank you very much. All right, thank you very much. Good afternoon once again, distinguished guests, stakeholders, members of the press, gentlemen of the press, it's good to have everyone gathered here today. Today we're gathered for the facts behind the figures presentation by Infinity Trust Mortgage PLC Bank. And company will be letting us in on their financial performance and then strategic growth plans for the future. But before we go in, shall I please recognize the people on the I table? And I'm going to start with the management team from the Nigerian Exchange Limited. We have the CEO of the Nigerian Exchange Limited, Mr. Jude Chiemeka. You're welcome, sir. We have with us the CEO of the the NGX regulation, Mr. Femi Shobanjo. The head primary markets, Mr. Tony Ibeziako, and the doyen of the market, Sam Ndata. From management team of Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank PLC, we have the chairman of Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank PLC, Mrs. Ene Okwa Iyaga. Thank you very much, ma. The director, Mr. James Ahmed. You're welcome, sir. We have a major shareholder, Dr. Banjo Obaleye. You're welcome. And the acting managing director and CEO, Mrs. Ngozi Chukwu. We also have with us Mrs. Tolu Osho, the company secretary. She would have. You're welcome. We have representing the president of CIBN, Ms. Professor Pius Olariwaju, Dr. Orea Digo. You're welcome, sir. We have the Managing Director and CEO of African Prudential, Mrs. Catherine Nwosu. We have the Managing Director and CEO of Nigerian Mortgage Refinance Company, Mr. Kehinde Ogundimu. You're welcome, sir. And the CEO of Lead Capital, Mr. Wale Adeumi. You're very much welcome. All right. Yes, so without further ado, shall we please welcome the CEO of Nigerian Exchange as he makes his welcome address, Mr. Jude Chiemeka. Thank you very much.
Right. Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. So on behalf of the board and management of the NGX, I'd like to welcome you to today's event, which is really the facts behind the figures for Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank PLC. The facts behind figures platform is a cornerstone of NGX commitment to fostering transparency and engagement with our capital markets. Today's session provides Infinity Trust with a valuable opportunity to share their strategic initiatives, financial performance, and the future outlook of their company. The exchange, and this will lead to the exchange of information, which is critical in driving market activity, as timely and accurate data instills confidence and encourages greater participation in our market. Despite the prevailing economic challenges, NGX acknowledges and commends the efforts of Infinity Trust Board and management in enhancing its operations, promoting business continuity, and restoring investor confidence. Their commitment and dedication to these goals reflects their resilience and adaptability, and these are essential in today's market environment. At NGX, we are more than just an exchange. We are a multi-asset exchange providing products that include bonds, ETFs, derivatives, and more. And this multi-asset approach positions us to facilitate capital raising effectively within the ecosystem. Our advanced technology and market infrastructure have supported the raise of 5.7 trillion naira in capital raising across various asset classes year to date within the NGX community. Our robust secondary market ensures liquidity, allowing investors to trade their shares also in a seamless manner. Building on our dedication to advancing market accessibility, we recently launched the NGX Digital Investment Platform, which is NGX Invest, which couldn't have come at a better time as the banking sector navigates its recapitalization exercise. This platform simplifies primary market issuances and capital raising, making investment process more accessible, particularly for young Nigerians who are tech savvy. NGS is committed to supporting infrastructure funding through targeted financial instruments such as infrastructure bonds and infrastructure funds. These tools are crucial in bridging Nigeria's funding gap and driving sustainable economic development. To further support market growth, we are reviewing our listing rules to lower barriers to entry and attract more companies. This initiative is part of our broader strategy to increase market participation, liquidity, and alignment with international standards. By simplifying the listing process, we aim to provide easier access to capital for companies of all sizes and enhance their global visibility. Our advocacy efforts with the Nigerian government on tax reforms, foreign exchange allocation further enhances investor confidence and market stability, reflecting our commitment to the interest of listed entities. We can actually see these efforts across different segments. Part of the engagement, if you recall, the NGX had a non-deal roadshow with the president last year, about this time last year. And before the elections, participation in our market from the international community was about 4%. But because of all this engagement, I'm happy to announce that participation has gone up now to 20%. And part of the things that we also did was to organize more like a conference for international investors that invest in the market with the CBN governor, who was very articulate and talked about all the various things that the CBN was going to do and to just more or less provide clarity, a blueprint to what they were doing, and that has led to increase in the liquidity in the FX market. Obviously, FX continues to be a challenge in the broader market, but at least having a blueprint and being able to articulate those blueprints has certainly helped investors in the international community to look at Nigeria a lot more differently than they have in the past. To further support market growth, we are our dedication and despite the domestic and global economic uncertainties, the Nigerian capital market has remained resilient, with impressive performance indicators underscoring its strength, agility, and sustainability. The Nigerian capital market fostered unprecedented performance in 2023, posted unprecedented performance in 2023, with the all-share index reaching record highs of over 74,000 basis points for the first time since the inception of the exchange. The market soared by over 40% year-to-date returns in the first quarter in 2024, making it stand out as the world's best exchange in 2024. As of Friday, August 16, 2024, the NGX All-Share Index and market capitalization stood at 97,100 and 55 trillion naira, respectively. Our SM index has emerged as the best performing index in H4 2024, with a gain of over 135.25%. Furthermore, NGS continuous investment in technology has ensured that there has been no downtime in our markets in the last 5 years, providing investors with seamless access to trading on the exchange. I think this is one element of the exchange that people don't really talk about. Every now and again, there's fuel scarcity. Every now and again, there's power outage. But in the last 5 years, I haven't heard anybody complain that they've not been able to trade because of the commitment the exchange has made in technology. And thanks also to our daily member community who have also made significant investment in technology as well. So today, they don't have to come to the floor to trade. They don't even have to go to their offices to trade. They can actually trade from the comfort of their homes. Additionally, through our X Academy, NGX supports listed companies by enhancing investor and customer understanding of the unique benefits of investing in these entities. Our investment in Ethiopia Security Exchange, I'm sure you may have heard of that, further exemplifies our commitment to fostering growth and innovation in African capital markets. As a matter of fact, Nigeria plays a key role in the Asia formation, which is really integration of capital markets across Africa. So today, based on the technology funded by African Development Bank, clients in Nigeria can trade seamlessly into Ghana. They can trade into BROVM markets, South Africa, Nairobi, Casablanca, Egypt, Mauritius, Botswana, and the list keeps growing. And we believe that this is one of those elements that Infinity can also enjoy should they decide to raise capital, as the market itself has now been open to other African capital markets ecosystem. In conclusion, I would like to encourage Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank PLC and all stakeholders to leverage the advantages of listing on NGX, including enhanced access to capital, increased global visibility and liquidity. So what does global visibility mean? So the NGX is a member of the World Federation of Exchanges that comprises of all the exchanges within the universe. We're also very active in that space, and we also have partnership across markets. The NGX has an MOU with the London Stock Exchange, the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, and more recently, NASDAQ Stock Exchange, and we're also working with other stock exchanges. And that gives visibility to companies that are listed on the NGX. So it's not just a Nigerian visibility or brand, but because of all these MOUs and partnerships that we have, clients are able to see brands that are listed on the exchange, and that gives visibility to corporates that are listed on our exchange. And we commend Infinity for taking the initiative to host this event, because I'm very sure as this event is being aired here live, there are also participants across the globe because of the membership status of NGX in the World Federation of Exchanges. And so we thank you, our guests, for your presence today, and encourage you to participate fully during the interactive session. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, while the event was going on, we had the director of NGX coming, Mr. Azubuike Opaloka. You're very welcome, sir. We also have with us representing the CIS president and chairman of council, Mr. Edika Ekong. We have Mr. Olumide Adedeji, the managing director of Living Trust Mortgage Bank. Oh, all right. Now, my chair, please invite the chairman of Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank, Mrs. Ene Iyana Okwa, for our welcome address.
Good afternoon to us all. I feel privileged to welcome you all to this very significant occasion, I want to join others here to say to our hosts, the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Exchange Group, Mr. Jude Chiemeka, thank you for having us today. The directors of the Nigerian Exchange Group, the directors of Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank here present, distinguished guests, our valued shareholders, stakeholders, I recognize Mrs. Catherine Nwosu, our very own Prudential, African Prudential CEO MD. Thank you very much. I recognize Mr. Dr. Adigun of the CIBN, Mr. Ogundimu of NMRC for coming out to support us, and all others who are here present. Thank you very much for coming. Our fellow stakeholders, esteemed colleagues, we are gathered here on this route to tell the remarkable story of Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank, PLC. Its unwavering commitment to excellence, resilience, and growth. As we stand at the threshold of a new chapter of our journey, I feel very proud. I feel very grateful and excited for what the future holds for us at Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank. Today we convene for two pivotal reasons. Firstly, we want to present our bank's outstanding performances. Over the years, it has been a remarkable story. We have a testament to the tireless efforts, the dedication and expertise of the team. And we will be delving into our financial achievements, our strategic initiatives, and operational milestones. We will showcase our unwavering commitment to delivering value to our numerous customers, shareholders, and the communities that we serve. This will be presented in due course by our management team here. To set the record straight, I am glad and I feel proud to announce that since Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank PLC was listed on this floor in 2013 to date, the bank has not missed dividend payment in the 5th month of every year. It will interest you to note that this track record even began before Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank was listed. It has become a culture that we hold very dear, and we're committed to ensuring that this will continue. The second reason we're here today, we're thrilled to announce to the market our pipeline initiative to raise an additional 50 billion capital through private placement from the investment communities, from private individuals, and institutional investors. This is in our strategic move to capitalize on new opportunities, to expand our reach as a catalyst for financial inclusiveness, and to further entrench our position as a leader in the sector. This is a demonstration of a resounding vote of confidence in our bank's potential, people, and prospects. As we navigate through the complexities of our dynamic industry, we remain steadfast in our mission to provide innovative, customer-centered solutions, to fostering sustainable growth and creating long-term value for all our stakeholders. Our unwavering commitment to excellence, integrity, transparency has been the compass of our success to date. We will continue to uphold these values. These values are a tradition to Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank PLC. And so I want to say to us, the ladies and gentlemen here present, listen as our executive team will share insights for us to see details about the bank's performance, to explain our future plans and growth prospects, and further demonstrate our passions, our expertise, our dedication in shaping the future of our sector. I want to assure you that we'll continue to retain our position as leaders in this sector. On behalf of the shareholders, the board of directors, the management, and all the staff and team members of Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank, I thank you all for your trust, for your support and partnership. Together, let us embark on this new chapter that Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank PLC is going into. Join us in our journey fueled by optimism, enthusiasm, and so much commitment to excellence. Welcome on board, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And now to the crux of the meet. Please make welcome with me the Acting Managing Director and CEO of Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank, Mrs. Ngozi Chukwu, for our presentation.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to also follow suit to thank everybody who has made our time to be here this afternoon. We appreciate your presence. We appreciate your support. Special thanks to our host, the CEO of NGX. Thank you, sir, for having us. Please permit me to stand on already established protocols. My name is Ngozi Chukwu, the acting MD CEO of Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank, and I'm here to present the fact behind the figures. My presentation is going to be in four folds. First, I'm going to talk about our company profile. Then I'll talk about the investor value proposition. I'll talk about the overview of the mortgage industry, and then review of our financial performance. We are a customer-centric bank. we are all about the customer, and that is why our vision is to be the ideal customer-focused mortgage bank. We have the customer at the center of everything that we do. Our mission is to be the role model for mortgage business through excellent customer service, leveraging the best in technology, abiding by ethical and professional standards, while creating shelter and wealth for all stakeholders. We are located in about 4 physical locations in Nigeria, but being a national mortgage bank, we are not limited to those 4 locations because we do business in all the states of the Federation. Our journey and key milestones. Now, this is going to take us through our achievements over the years. In 2002, ITMB was born with a share capital of 100 million naira. In 2003, we commenced business operations. In 2006, we started paying dividends and declaring profit. We have not stopped paying dividends since 2006 to date. In 2010, we commissioned our own ultra-modern head office in Abuja. In 2013, we became listed by introduction on the floor of the Nigeria Stock Exchange. 2014, we recorded a lot of milestones. First, we became a national mortgage bank, and then we established strategic partnership with NMRC. We are equity shareholders, and they refinance a lot of our mortgages. This gives us a lot of liquidity and helps us in our business. We always have them to run to when we need them. In 2014 still, we commissioned our own ultra-modern Lagos Regional Office Complex. In 2020, we established strategic partnership with DBN, another dependable ally for liquidity. In 2023, our dividend grew by 150%. Now to our board of directors. We have a very disciplined board. They are committed, seasoned professionals. And it's also very, very gender friendly, as we have 40% of the board members as women. As a matter of fact, our board chairman, in the person of Mrs. Ene Opa, is a woman, and she has and she has demonstrated awesome capacity. We also have about 4 non-executive directors, 2 independent directors. For the management team, we also have very seasoned professional experts in their different fields. They are the ones doing the hard work, churning out the good results that you see. This team is ably led by my humble self. Our excellent performance throughout the years have not gone unnoticed, as we have received several awards from different institutions. I'm going to be sharing some of them with you. In 2023, we were named the most supportive mortgage bank in Nigeria by Nigerian Institute of Estate Surveyors and Valuers. In the same year of 2023, the same institution awarded us with Excellent Service Award. In 2022, Africa Finance Award gave us the award of Diamond Award for Customer Service Excellence. Same 2022, we also bagged another award, Independent Fastest Growing Mortgage Bank of the Year. This was by Independent Finance Award. In 2021, we were named Independent Most Innovative Mortgage Bank of the Year. This was by Independent Newspaper. In the same 2021, we got another award from Abela Awards, and this award was for Most Effective Mortgage Bank in Nigeria. In 2020, we were named by Global Banking and Finance Awards the best mortgage bank in Nigeria. And then in 2019, we were given the Sectoral Leadership Award, Financial Services. That's PEALS Award by NGX. To show our commitment to creating shelter and then to reduce the housing deficit, which everybody has talked about, we have financed several estates. Some of them also I'm going to be sharing with you. There's the Abuja Model City. This is an estate that houses about 351 families. It's a mixed income estate and is valued at about 20 billion naira. This was completed as a joint venture with Federal Housing Authority. We did yet another project, and this is in Sun City Estate, Abuja, located somewhere in Galadimawa. This estate houses about 2,200 families. It's a mixed income housing estate and is valued at about 50 billion naira. It is 85% completed and sold. We financed yet another project in Abuja, and this one is the Monarch Gardens Estate, Abuja. It houses about 37 families. It is luxury housing estate and is valued at about 5 billion naira. It's fully completed and fully sold out. So we do not only cater to the high and mighty, we also financed low and medium income housing. And this one is located in Vintage Estate, Karo. Houses about 900 families and is valued at about 9 billion naira. So we are not only in Abuja, we also are financing something in Lagos. In fact, we have financed a couple of projects. They were basically partnerships. But this particular one, we are solely financing it, and it is called the Skyview Estate Ikeja. Currently, it's under construction, about 40% completed. But when completed, it should house about 40 families, and these are luxury apartments. It's located somewhere off Adeniyi Jones, and is valued when completed at about 7 billion naira. Now to our value proposition. What is our plan? Why do we want to raise 50 billion? Essentially, this is so that we can transform to a digital commercial bank with a focus on providing finance to essential sectors and to deal with other challenges faced by MSMEs and unbanked individuals in general. We did a market research, and this showed us that there's a large pool of MSMEs, over 39 million, with limited access to finance to grow their business. So we see an opportunity here, and we would like to take advantage of this opportunity. Furthermore, we also realize that only 0.3% of commercial banking credit is availed to this group of business owners. Again, we want to bridge this gap because 0.3%, will agree with me, is way too small for the sector that drives economic growth. Over 75% of SMEs rely on internal capital to grow, which is considered largely inadequate and, of course, inefficient. We will leverage on technology and digital tools to reach the target customers in an efficient manner that will lead to lower interest rates, higher returns through volume of transactions. So technology here is very key for us. Our target customers, like we have said earlier, would be the MSMEs, the unserved and the underserved by microfinance banks and commercial banks. The strategic building blocks. So there are 6 main points that we would anchor our operations on. And these include to drive financial inclusion, data and technology, partnerships, deep industry knowledge, product innovation and customization, and cost efficiency. Now to explain further, we'll provide financial services to underserved and underbanked individuals to align with the CBN's strategic goals of increasing financial inclusion by 80%. We also would leverage on data collection. So we are not only just going to be rolling out products, we are going to do our research using data and technology to understand the needs of our customers And when we identify the customer needs, we'll develop relevant digital delivery channels for these customers. We believe a lot in relationships, so we are going to be building relationships with strategic partners such as cooperatives and development agencies across the underserved sectors to provide customized lending products for them. For deep industry knowledge, we are going to be working with people who know the industry, people who understand the market needs, people who are experts in what they do. We are going to leverage on their knowledge to be able to provide excellent service to our customers. Product innovation and customization. So we do not intend to just throw products at our customers. We are going to research and understand their needs, and then we are going to have products that are tailor-made to meet the needs of these customers. Cost efficiency. We'll utilize technology. We are going to utilize technology-driven models to drive cost-efficient processes that will help us increase savings and possibly impact cost of customer products. So our customers will not have to bear the heavy burden of high product cost because we use technology to drive down costs. Hence, they'll be able to afford our product. The sources of value creation. So these different fields are what we are going to go into to be able to create value with the money that we are going to raise. Digital banking, transportation and logistics, asset management, healthcare and pharmaceutical, real estate, green finance, agriculture, foreign exchange, women and youth empowerment, real sector financing. Summary of our key metrics. Projection. So this is essentially a 5-year projection of what our share performance would be like. Our dividend per share by the end of 2024, we believe, should not be less than 42 kobo. We paid 15 kobo last year, so we are growing it to 14 kobo this year by God's grace. And then by 2028, we are projecting that we would have left the realm of kobos and will be doing at least 2 naira 46 kobo. Our earning per share too would grow. We'll do minimum 60 kobo by the end of this year, and by 2028 we should be looking at 3 naira 51 kobo. So if you notice from what I've presented, 70% of our earning per share is what we are paying as dividends. So this should delight our would-be investors. You'll be getting good returns for your investment, and immediately too. So the use of proceeds. How would we use the 50 billion when we raise it? 50% of the 50 billion would be kept as liquidity backup, but we are going to expend 50%. And if you notice, in the expenditure table, we are earmarking 20% for technology. So this is a testament that indeed our processes, our operations is going to be technology driven. We are going fully technological. And then we also hope that with the technology, we are going to be able to increase the returns on investment that you are going to be making with us. We are going to reduce cost of operations, and essentially we are going to be better for it. So this is the overview of the mortgage industry. So what we try to do here is to get the industry average, the mortgage industry average for the different key performance indicators. For total loan, by 2024, the mortgage industry had a total loan of about 581.8 billion. Total deposit was 310.16 billion. Total assets was 216.2 billion, while the shareholders' fund was 50.9 billion. Of course, this is an improvement from last year, as we can see the percentage of growth. But having said that, this is also very small. what I have read out here is probably going to be the balance sheet of a branch of a commercial bank. That is what the entire industry, mortgage industry, is reporting. It is not adequate. What this shows is that there's a major gap. There's a lot of potential yet untapped for the mortgage industry, and there's a lot of work to be done for this to grow. We also did a comparison, the regulatory ratio. So how did Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank fare as regards the regulatory ratios and the industry average? For capital adequacy ratio, in 2020, but by May 2024, the industry average was 13.7%. The CBN regulation, the baseline is 10%. Infinity had 35%. Liquidity ratio, industry average was 48.7%. CBN requirement is minimum of 20%. Infinity had 50%. For the non-performing loan, industry average was 19.9%. CBN regulation says shouldn't be more than 30%. Infinity was at 3.2%. Now, this speaks to the quality of our risk assets. It also speaks to our strong risk management practices. Return on assets, the industry average was 0.58%, Infinity was 6.3%. Now, this should give comfort to our would-be investors. We are able to turn things around and create wealth for you. Return on equity, industry average was 6.59%, Infinity was 21%, way higher than the industry average. Mortgage industry contribution to GDP. This does not tell a good story because, as you can see on the table, we are comparing ourselves with other climes. We are abysmally poor. 0.3% is not even up to 1%. That is what we contribute as the mortgage industry to GDP. This is totally not acceptable. It still buttresses what I said earlier, that there is room for growth. There's a lot of opportunity yet to be harnessed. And there are just two things we need to do. If we're able to supply increase, and how do we do this? If we we're able to give funding to developers to be able to produce mass housing. If we're able to do this, and then on the other hand, stimulate demand by making available affordable mortgage packages for subscribers, this would change. This would change if we can do this. Now, there's a reason for that poor story, and that's what I'm going to be sharing. What are the challenges? Why are we not thriving as a mortgage industry in Nigeria? There are a couple of reasons which I'm going to share. Finance. In those climes, like South Africa, we saw they contribute 31% to their GDP. They have single-digit interest rate. They have access to long-term funding. That is not the case with us. So the lack of availability of long-term cheap funds to enable creation of mortgage at single digit has been a major challenge. Interest rate. Today, MPR is almost 27%. And MPR is what determines every other thing, the rate, both lending and deposit rate. This is way too high. So if CBN MPR is 27%, what margin would you put on your funds when you are lending? What is your cost of funds? So of course, the interest rates will be very high, and it is very high currently. And you know, the effects of high interest rates is that it reduces affordability. A lot of people cannot afford to take mortgage because of the high rate. And then the people who struggle to even take it, they start to default. And of course, that hampers our growth too as an industry. Rising cost. Inflation has overtaken everything. In previous years, you could find terrace duplexes. I'll use Abuja, for instance, because that's the market I'm conversant with. You have houses, terrace duplexes, very decent ones for 35 million, 40 million. Today, we are talking 200, 250 and above. Now, how many Nigerians can afford to pay that much for houses? So the cost is too high. How many politicians do we have? The majority of the market cannot afford it. And then another problem, and for me this is a serious problem, it's a problem we have battled with for too long. Government policy. So you give out mortgages, you are not able to register it. Well, you start the process and it takes you so long, and then it is so expensive. So you are trying to, customers are paying high interest rates for their mortgage. Now you are also making them pay very dearly to be able to register their title at land registry. This is very prohibitive. It doesn't encourage mortgage. What you would find is that most people would rather have a private arrangement with a developer where they pay in piecemeal until they finish paying, instead of being subjected to paying high interest rates and also paying high cost of perfection of their title. This has not encouraged the growth of the mortgage industry. And then, of course, the absence of unified foreclosure laws. A few states in Nigeria, yes, have passed the foreclosure law. I know Kaduna, for instance, and I think Lagos State, but a lot of the other states haven't. And so what this does is that it ties your hand as a mortgage bank. If your customers are defaulting, you'll be in court for maybe 10, 15 years before you can recover your money. This does not encourage the growth of the sector at all. Insecurity is another problem that we are grappling with right now, and it's impacting negatively on our business. So what is the solution? Well, I won't say that we have all the answers, but what we suggest for long-term funding, we wish that government would directly intervene. What we have now is an indirect intervention from governments through the NMRC, DBN, and other impact investors. But we wish that they would have direct intervention, maybe set aside, I don't know, some funds that will be given at very reduced interest rates to the mortgage banks. And so we on-lend it at also very minimal rates. So what that does is that it allows a lot of people to access mortgage because the interest is not too prohibitive. We also suggest to take care of the issue of interest rates, partnering with impact investors for affordable interest rates. Then as it concerns high cost of houses, we suggested looking inwards and seeing what can we use to build our homes without having to import everything. Are there local raw materials we can deploy? Maybe we should look inward. That way, by the time we are done building, it's not too high. Because I don't blame the developers who sell their houses for 150, 200 million. Because they're also buying these materials at very high rates. So they have to break even. They have to make returns. So if we can use locally produced raw materials to build our houses, probably this will solve or go a long way in reducing the cost of our houses. Then as it concerns government policy, government needs to see that there is a need for them to look at the entire process, reduce the cost of registration of title, also make the process seamless and less cumbersome so that it can be done within few weeks, few months, and not take several years to accomplish. Then, of course, it is the responsibility of government to provide us security, so they should please look into it. So in as much as we have all these challenges in the industry, there are also a lot of opportunities. Nigeria has a huge population, so right there is a market. We just need to find the right products that will be able to cater to the needs of everybody. Government is also, well, government is giving us support to a reasonable extent. They created the NMRC, there's the FMBN, there's the Family Homes Fund, there's a DBN, and with their support, we have been able to continually do our business of lending without running out of liquidity. I am just appealing that there should be a way that government will be able to drive down the rate at which we get money from these institutions. Technology. Government has also done a lot in this regard, and it has supported the mortgage business. Now, the initiative of government that people who are contributors can actually access 25% of their retirement savings account, it was a very good initiative, because what this did was that it opened up the market. So people who hitherto would not have money to even make a down payment for a house in order to access mortgage are now able to do this. A lot of people have approached us to say, oh, we want to access our 25% so that we can use it to buy houses, access mortgage from you to own houses. This was a very good initiative, and we commend the government for it. Now, the diaspora market is another huge market that is so far not been opened at all. I know that what has held us back before now was having an underwriting standard that would take care of all the attendance risk that we had envisaged, but that is already in place. Thanks to the NMRC, we have a robust underwriting standard for the diaspora market. This is an opportunity for everybody, every mortgage bank to take advantage of. We have a lot of Nigerians living abroad who would like to have houses in Nigeria. Some could be their first homes, some could be just for investment. So it's a market we should look into. It holds a lot of potentials. Now, the review of our financial performance. Our gross earnings in 2020 was 1.3 billion. It grew to 2.9 billion in 2023 by the full year ended 2023. By H1 2024, we are already at 1.7 billion. Of course, this is going to triple by the end of the year. We are positive. The net operating income also grew from 1.09 billion in 2020 to 2.2 billion in 2023, and as at half year 2024, it's standing at 1.3 billion. Our profit after tax in 2020 was just 0.41 billion. By financial year ended 2023, it was 1 billion. As at today, we are at 0.71 billion. Of course, this will triple by the end of the year, God willing. Our loans and advances, it grew from 7.1 billion in financial year ended 2020 to 15.4 billion by 2023. As at half year 2024, we are at 16.4 billion. The year is just halfway gone, and we are at 16.4 billion. So you can imagine what it would be at the end of this year. Our total assets grew from 13.3 billion to 20.7 billion as at 2023. As at half year 2024, it stands at 23.9 billion. Our total equity also grew from 6.4 billion in 2020 to 7.9 billion in 2023. It stands at 7.2 billion as at half year 2024. So this is growth in key performance indicators. This graph shows how our dividends have grown over the years and how our share price too has grown. And what is driving this growth? We have an experienced board, we have disciplined management, and efficient corporate governance. We are using robust technology, we have strong risk management practices, we have enhanced and efficient investment activities coupled with strong expenditure controls. We are building strong corporate brand, and we have our customers' loyalty. Thank you to our customers. We have effective participation in public and private housing initiatives. So we did a little peer review showing our position compared to two of our contemporaries who are also listed on the stock exchange. That's Living Trust Mortgage Bank and Abbey. So for cost to income, LTMB had 53%, that's Living Trust. Abbey had 65%, ITMB 43%. So that speaks to how conservative we are when it comes to costs. Loans and advances. LTMB 12.9%, ABE 10.2%, ITMB 16.3%. Return on investment, LTMB 6%, ABE 3%, ITMB 5%. Net margin, LTMB 24%, ABE 10%, ITMB 40%. Return on asset, LTMB 2%, ABE 1%, ITMB 3%. For rating, we all have the same rating, but for CBN composite rating, ITMB was rated low. So we have a low-risk composite rating, while our contemporaries, LTMB and ABE, had medium. In conclusion, now given the incontrovertible evidence of our sterling performance, as demonstrated in this presentation, and proof of our unwavering commitment and dedication to consistent growth, we have no doubt of your confidence in our abilities to continue to succeed and make outstanding impact in the financial space with the opportunity this capital raise offers us. The plan to convert to a digital commercial bank, which is driven by a strong desire to reach the unbanked and underserved in the society, is not only altruistic, but a veritable avenue to expand our business and increase our earnings while driving the financial inclusion initiative of the federal government. We thank you in anticipation, all our would-be investors, for your confidence in us. We assure you with utmost sincerity and every sense of responsibility that your investments will be worth more than its weight in gold. You will find that this will be your best investment yet. Partner with us to create a new trajectory of digital banking and infinite wealth. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the presentation. It is now time for questions. We'll take the questions in sets of threes. If you have questions, please signify. We've had hands over there. Let's start from this side.
Thank you, the chairman, the group managing director of NGS, the doing, and our board. I am Ibru de Moses. I'm the national coordinator of Independent Shareholders Association of Nigeria. As a shareholder, I'm here to support the bank to make sure that their plans are successful. The mortgage business, as you rightly said, is challenging. But with those challenges, you have performed this way. But we as shareholders, we are always very concerned. And the concerns are this. We have a lot of banks coming to the market today. We are supporting them in our own way, little way, as minority shareholders. But our fears, because of what have happened before, is when the shares are bloated, after doing all of everything, got the money, you see that people will come to what? Do reconstruction. I hope the NGS and all the regulators are watching. We don't want that to happen. That is the reason why when you are coming to the market, you must make sure that you bring out the shares you can manage. The shares you can manage, that after being successful, the shares you can manage them, you can service them with the recurrent your dividend payout as projected. Not that at the end of the day you get a bloated shares, then you now say you go to court and find one way or the other to make sure you reconstruction, shares reconstruction, and you reduce, and he says not, you use percentage. It is the performance of a bank or a company that will make it to sustain the growth, not your construction. So my question is that, what are your plans against all of that, so that at the end of the day when I go, I can encourage, when you come out, I encourage our members to support the offer. Then again, this question number 2. You have, as MD, you have the acting MD, you have already explained your good knowledge of the mortgage bank industry. That to the extent that you are doing better. But right now you are planning that you want to move to commercial. Why not you raise money and concentrate on that sector? Because we are under, according to you, 3% in Nigeria. So why not concentrate on that? Unless you have another strategy. Because right now we have only quoted company 3. Your performance, your support that the NGS will give these 3, we make other limited mortgage banks to be listed. So your example is something that we must make sure that we support and make sure that we are successful. But moving from that mortgage industry to commercial, would it distract your management? Why not concentrate on that? And finally, you lay out a lot of challenges, and there are challenges in this, the industry has laid out. But at the same time, you are saying that government have tried by doing this, by doing this, by doing that. How do we, or will you sustain this your growth that you have given to us, or surpass it in the face of these economic and the environmental and economic challenges that we are facing? That will give us the answer the next question. Why should I tell people to buy or invest in the company? So thank you very much. The name once again is Ibrude Moses.
Thank you. There is a man behind you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Emeka Okolo. I trade for Morton Trust Limited. In the course of the presentation, Acting MD, your presence is felt. Apart from Nasarawa, you are only in Abuja and Lagos. And you are supposed to be a national body, mortgage bank. What plans do we have to penetrate other major cities in Nigeria? That's 1. 2, you are there. Everybody knows you are there, but most times we don't hear much about you. Your prices, your stock hardly moves now. I think you should explore more of this avenue of making your presence felt by coming to the market, interact with the market, and tell us what you are doing, instead of waiting until you have a major capital raise to perform. Thank you.
Can we take that man there? Yes. And then we'll come.
My name is Patrick Ajudwa. I really want to commend the board and management of Infinity for being resolute and firm since I knew them, and since they were listed since over 15 years, and they have not failed to pay dividend. Secondly, you observe that this is a company that a year ago, the share price is at 1.5 and now trading was 7 naira. You can imagine the trend. So it's an investor delight to be in that company. And for us as shareholders, be very assured of our support in your ambition, because you have been tested and we have seen the genuineness, the commitment. Secondly, we have also seen adherence to corporate governance in that company. Our only hope and expectation is that government will walk the talk when it comes to mortgage sector. When you are government, you are expected to have a policy drive. But I'm surprised when government brought out another firm called Family Homes, which means you are both a regulator and now a player. So we need to encourage the mortgage sector. And now that you want to transform to a bank, I am very much sure that the positive trend will also follow you. All we needed from you is an assurance that you continue to give us the maximum return as expected, and equally, your growth in your capital appreciation will also continue. So be rest assured. And the other aspect is the challenges that you have mentioned. Some of them are within government, insecurities and so on like that. I believe that government is committed to resolving that, because we will still have over 20 million housing deficits. So effort must be made to ensure that we have everything possible to encourage our mortgage sector. For your transformation to bank, we are ready to support you and give you a firm commitment that in your drive, we believe in you, we believe in the board, we believe in the management, and as well as we expect you to also continue to give us maximum reward as expected. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Shall we please respond to these questions first, and then we'll come back to take.
Thank you very much for your questions. I'm going to attempt to answer them. If I got your question correctly, the first question was what are our plans for making sure that we continue to pay dividend? Well, in my presentation, I did roll out the different activities we are going to be involved in, how we are going to be spending the money that how we are going to be spending the capital we hope to raise in the nearest future. So we have our plans. We have everything worked out, and I'm sure that as you listen to the presentation, you saw that we have been consistent in our growth. So that's an indication that we know what we are doing. We know how to turn around money, and we know how to make returns for our investors. We have not failed to pay dividends, so it's not going to change. What this capital raise will do for us is to help us to expand our business. So we are going to be able to do more. And if anything, our dividend payments will grow. It will grow. It will be better than it was, because now we have more capital at our disposal. And the other question is, why do you want to go to a commercial bank? Why not maintain your status as a mortgage bank and improve on your activities? Good question. But the truth is, as a mortgage bank, we are limited because we are highly regulated by the CBN. We have a lot of businesses we can do that we can't do because it's not permissible according to the CBN. And also, like I said in my presentation, we have a target market. The real sector, the people who drive economic growth are the MSMEs. And they are the ones who are most neglected by both the microfinance bank and even the commercial bank. So we see a gap there, and we want to fill it. And while doing it, we know that we are going to make huge returns. So we are going to grow our investors' money for them by doing that. I think the third question was, how will you sustain your growth? I think I've answered this question. So by doing all these activities, by not relenting in all that we have been doing in the past, in fact, we are going to do better because we have more capital at our disposal. And then you asked, why should you tell people to invest in ITMB? Because we are going to make them wealthy if they do. That is why they should. We are going to turn their money around for them. Okay, the other question was, how do we plan to penetrate other cities? You know, like I said in the presentation, we may just have 4 physical locations, Nasarawa, Kaduna, Abuja, Lagos, but we are felt, our presence is felt everywhere. We are not limited by location. We are a national mortgage bank, so we have a mortgage license that allows us to do business in any state of the Federation. And so if there is any state we haven't quite reached, part of the reason we are raising capital is to be more technologically driven. So through technology, we may not have physical branches, but we'll be able to do business through technology in those hinterlands, for instance. And then, yes, someone mentioned, same person talked about us not being very visible. And so we should come to the markets very often. Your advice is well noted. I'm sure we will do this. What's the other question now? Okay, all right. So I don't know if I've answered all the questions.
Yes. Okay. So let's start with Sanona, and then we'll go to this side. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
The chair. My name's Nona Ao, and I do work for Palesa Capital Market. And interestingly, we also have a TV program that has been on for 18 years on the capital market. But much more important for this occasion, I was also privileged to be on the floor the day that you were listed by introduction. But what I didn't know is the fact that the acting MD in our younger days in school was a member of Debating Society. And by the time she finished, she would tell you, I hope with these few points of mine. But the other aspect that I'm sure a number of persons also didn't know, which I also get to know today, is the fact that one of your favorite track, I'm told, is that Igudi Dengue. And then you have ended the presentation with a pose. But coming to the presentation very quickly, I am not sure that what you are presenting is not one that you have a group structure where mortgage will be a subsidiary of the group. Because from all the narration so far, you haven't said that, oh, you are stopping to do mortgage and that you are going wholly or solely into finance. I thought that that clarity would be very important so that we don't leave here with not understanding where you'll be standing after today. The second area that I also will have problem around and I will want some clarity has to do with, by the way, your coming at this time also showed some level of boldness, like somebody mentioned. For a small player like you to be coming in the mix of the giants, all of them are talking about billions of naira that is approaching trillion, and yet you come out in their mix. But one aspect that I'm also concerned about, then secondly is also the fact that your presentation also indicated forecast. One of the unfortunate things that our market has not allowed, and I think this is an area that regulators themselves need to work around. When you present a capital raising, the regulators know where you will be headed, Meanwhile, the persons that will bring money from their pocket to buy those investments are told that they shouldn't know about it. So I want to commend you for coming here with a forecast as well. However, clap if you want to clap. However, I have two major areas that I have problem with. First, you said your payout post the offer will be 70%. And then you are also in an industry that will be capital intensive in terms of building estates. If you keep the second leg of the business, you now understand why I'm talking about the structure going forward. Wouldn't that be some level of contrast? I just want that clarity so that people don't live here and then 2 years down the line you are doing 60%. Because what I was expecting that you'll be saying that your payout will be one that will be not less than a particular rather than saying you'll be paying 70. I just, again, talking about clarity. And then the second leg of the challenge that I have has to do with the cost of land, which we also silent about when it comes to the challenges that you face. Because if the cost of land is relatively cheaper, maybe Abuja would not be selling at that rate. The terraces in Abuja will not be selling that rate. So what role does land, yes, you talked about the policy end, getting titles, but what role does the cost of land play in all of this that you have enumerated? But let me close on the note as to what I will be hoping that you do and do better going forward. There's no way you will stay in this environment where politicians and politics is about how much money they make. They are the alternate business. And unfortunately, they are number one in when it comes to profit making, even if the money will not go into government pockets. How much of the lawmaking aspect of the mortgage business are you engaged in as a group, not as an individual company? Because if we don't do all of that, we'll continue to have people who rather than put 160 million in buying a house, even if they are not going to stay there, give it to their relations. They would rather use it to buy a car, and then that car will quench on the road. And then, so that's major area that I think that I'll want you to consider going forward. The second major area that I also think that this presentation will have mentioned, yes, I want to thank you for comparing yourself with your peers. What model of mortgage globally will you be recommending that as a country? Because whether we want it or not, even some of the estates that you mentioned, I can tell you in another 4 or 5 years, they'll be like Festac. You know what I mean? Crowded, no infrastructural decay and all of that. So what model in terms of countries of the world that you have looked at will you have ordinarily wanted Nigeria to be on? That way, a number of persons who are here can also join you in the campaign. So once again, I want to thank you for coming. But please, when you introduce your board, don't say that the ratio of men to women is 40 to 60. Because when you have 2 women, one chairperson, the other one MD, if you use the Yoruba adage, and I mentioned that to you, 3 persons in one, and then you then say you are 40, I don't think so. You are much more than the men when it comes to ratio. And I think that is a message you must take. Thank you very much for your patience.
All right. Yes, next person.
Good afternoon, the Board of Directors, Director NGS. My name is Comrade Sulaiman Babatunde Adenrele Shahuda. Yes, as per the comments, I want to thank the acting MD. Seeing an acting MD in this performance says a lot. But mine would be a kind of an advice going forward, in view of the fact that this time around, there are a lot of banks raising money, and we want to come around as well. We can't compete with them, but at the same time, definitely with the right aptitude, the right commitment, and publication. And most essentially, to we shareholders, you need to get the timing right. The time the offer is coming is very essential. The price should also be an essential factor. As a shareholder, we will not want a situation where we will just look at it from a bloated figure of some time. Let's say, the offer is coming up in the next 2 months or in the next 6 months. From the NGS, the price will now go from at least around 7 naira now. Before you know it, it's now around 12 naira. You now come up and say, yes, you are giving us a discount. So you want to sell it to us at price of, let's say, 10 naira. Yes, I want us to be very careful about that because we shareholders, we frown at such, but it's only that from the government angle, as my acting MD did said, the government is, trying to some extent, but to some extent not being friendly to some of us. I wouldn't want to mention some names of, and price of some of this offer that have gone in a few months. So my candid advice, because I want to believe with the presentation, Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank is a growing bank, and with the commitment and dedication that's been presented to us here now, is very commendable. And I wouldn't want the bank, through the MD and the other directors, to fed ditch into this kind of attitude where we shareholder we now frown at. So please kindly be mindful of the timing and the price. Thank you.
All right, please, can we just have responses to these questions? Yes, please. No, please. Okay.
Hello.
Hold on. Okay, so let's just have one more person. Let's be gender sense, please. Thank you.
I want to speak, please.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, MD, for that very insightful presentation. My name is Mary Esther Izadi, and I work with Development Bank of Nigeria, DBN. We're one of your partners. So just to say that one is a bit of a remark, very close to what the first speaker said, and the other one is a bit of a discussion around some of the challenges and the solutions that you had discussed earlier. So with regards to the remark on the digital commercial bank, I think it's very laudable, and the data speaks for itself in terms of the opportunities in that area. But I'm just a bit, you did the peer review that clearly showed where you were, and I'm very keen to align that, that's something that should be clearly replicated. But just to also say that you are a national mortgage bank as of today, and then probably starting out in the commercial realm, you will be maybe a regional bank. So on the one hand, I hear you in terms of that, and also all entities regulated by the central bank. So whilst I hear you on that one hand, there's still then going to be the regional, restriction, so to speak, whereas you're already national today and you can typically cover the whole country. So, and also there's also the need to kind of, focus on that niche, especially with the very huge gap that you clearly displayed. And who best to do the job than somebody who's already an industry leader? On the other part about the solution, I think maybe you broached it a bit when you spoke about green financing. And just because you kept discussing around the pricing and the implication that has obviously for the business, I know I'm quite aware that green is just generally an area of funding that is very interesting locally and even globally. So I think that in terms of maybe, I know that green building, green financing may not necessarily be, it's a bit novel in these parts, but we're seeing it, and then just generally people are beginning to do things in a way that they're able to demonstrate some level of energy efficiencies and even tag and measure those things correctly. And those kind of information, when you show them to some kind of development finance or investors and internationally, they can help you attract some of those kind of funding that you alluded to. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Can we have responses to the questions now?
Okay, thank you very much for the questions. Let me start with the last person who spoke. Converting to a regional commercial bank does not mean that we'll stop our mortgage business. Like the other person who asked the question said, just because we are going to become a commercial bank doesn't mean that mortgage would not be part of our product. In fact, it's going to be our mainstay because this is what we do and we do very well. We are not going to discard it. If anything, with the capital we are going to raise, we'll be able to take it to a higher level. We'll be able to do more in that space. Well, being a regional commercial bank, I don't see that it will be restrictive. For us, it's expansion. Because now we are not just going to be limited to just mortgage. We'll do mortgage and everything around mortgage, which before now CBN would not let us do. We'll also be able to reach this sector of people that we are passionate about, the MSMEs, which we cannot do with our current banking license. So it's expansion for us. It's not going to be restrictive. And of course, we are not going to remain as regional commercial banks when we eventually convert to regional. We are going to grow to become a national commercial bank and even international by the grace of God. And so yes, the green energy, the green finance thing is catching on. A lot of people in Nigeria are going green, to be honest. You'll be amazed. As a matter of fact, currently we have a product. We have a product strictly for that, green finance product. We are still fine-tuning it. We're already doing a lot in that space. We are getting people to understand the need for that green buildings and the benefit it has on the society. So we are very much working on that. Okay, the other question. So paying 70%, so when I said that we are going to be paying 70%, I meant 70% of our earnings per share is what we are going to pay out as dividends. I don't see that it will hinder us or disrupt our ability to continue to do more business. It's just to assure our investors that they will be getting good returns on whatever they invest with us. So what role does cost of land? Of course, land is everything. In fact, the reason houses will be very expensive, apart from the cost of constructing, is also the cost of land. So you see, inflation is everything. Lands went up too, and you cannot isolate land. So as cost of building materials are going up, cost of food is going up, cost of even school fees is going up. Of course, cost of lands too are going up, you know. And because it is going up, it is also affecting the costs of the houses. So yes, the land plays an important role in costing, in pricing of houses. And what there's the renewed hope thing that is going on right now. We are looking at it as an avenue to also bring down prices, because here there's government intervention. Some lands are being given to developers, highly subsidized by the federal government. So they are able to build, and the cost they are worried about is just the cost of construction and not the cost of land. So these houses are coming out at prices that's quite affordable. So there is that going on, and a lot of people are taking advantage of it. I think the other question was, if I got it correctly, what model of mortgage would we adopt, would we wish we were adopting in Nigeria? Truth is, our circumstances are very unique in Nigeria. There are a lot of things we cannot even dream of doing yet until certain things are put in place. For instance, we don't have control over the MPR, which determines the pricing for everything. In those climes, I don't know what their MPR is, but they are giving mortgage as single digit. For instance, in Canada, we did have a conference in Canada where we went to understudy their mortgage model. That is the model we would like to adopt in Nigeria. The truth is, we will not be able to until certain things are put in place, until certain fundamentals are gotten right in Nigeria. We will not be able to get there. So it's work in progress. We continually engage the government because they have a big role to play in this regard. I don't know if I answered all the questions.
Thank you very much. At this point, I'd like to invite the doyen of the markets for the closing remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to thank the management of Stock Exchange for providing this platform for our investors and listed companies to come and express themselves and present their facts behind their figures. And I want to commend the management of Infinity Mortgage Bank for coming here to come and present their facts behind the figure. I commend you and I appreciate you for coming at this critical time. For coming, I see that there's a lot of confidence you have. And I want to appreciate the chairperson, what do I call it, the chair lady, for her presentation. At least I have to give her 50% for what she did. And I want to encourage her to have more confidence because she's behaving like the fowl that had just visited the place and we want to stand on one leg. Please keep your two legs down. Next time, we want you to be confident in yourself and, because here is your house, your second house. And each time our listed company comes here, we carry them shoulder high because they are the people who are helping us to make money on that. And I will appreciate and thank the acting and the issue that I don't like acting, anything acting. Please, I beg the chair lady and the board, as you go now, please confirm her. Please. Next time you are coming here, I don't want to hear the word acting because it's not good. I don't like it. And I scored her 70% because she was confident and she knew her industry and she knows what she's doing. Please also don't reduce their track record. Don't break it, paying dividend to shareholders, because if they have followed you over these years, and you should as well reward them properly. You are doing well. And anybody that is dancing may or may not see his or her back to say I'm dancing well. It is the onlookers that will say you are dancing well or you are not dancing well. But from what we observe today, we see that you are dancing well. Congratulations. One, if you are not doing well, I don't think you can get award right, left, and center. Please continue because what you are doing is good. It's he that is very close to a person that will know the kind of perfume the person wears. And fowl will be sweating, but he will not know that he's sweating because of the feathers in the body. So keep it up. You are doing well. Yes. Yeah, there's one other thing that's surprising me. You know, the sea and the club has an agreement. What is the agreement all about? Say, I will regulate your tiding when the water will go up and when it will come down. But each time I come out of the sea, he makes sure that the fisherman don't carry me home. But a particular day came, the crab came out of the sea, was walking, and the fisherman was around tracking the footsteps. The sea just suddenly came out and wiped off the footprints. So crab said, I cannot regulate this thing again. We have broken our agreement. The sea said, if I didn't come out suddenly like that without your regulation, the fishermen would have carried you home. That's all about our agreement. The agreement we have is that you should not do private placement, because I don't know how we here will gain from that private placement. You came in by introduction, and you are coming here by private placement. How do we benefit? Brokers, how do we benefit? No. Please, I think the hair grows and stop at the ear side here. And we have permitted you to do this first and second. The next time you come, don't ambitious. Please, do the proper thing so that everybody will smile to the bank. Well, I would say you have done well for yourself. You have done well for your shareholders. And I'm happy that you made a forecast. Because some people will come and will just take it as not important, but you see it as very, very important. And I'm happy that people in the same industry have recognized that you are doing well. That's why they keyed into your company and made it as a combined effort to make you grow. And I want to end with the blind person. The blind person says, when you see him saying, if you stole me, I stole you back, don't underrate him, because the stone is already on his foot. So it's not that time you stone him that you begin to look for the stone. The stone is already with him. As this lady is telling us today, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. Already she has marked it out. It is already mapped out. She will do it. By the next time she will come here, I know all of us will smile. Congratulations. I think the evening service don't be too long. And here I end my catechism for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doyen Samindata. And at this junction, we'll bring this event to a close. It was great having everyone join us today. We hope to see you some other time. And please, I'd like to crave the indulgence of everyone seated here for a group photograph. My name is Ayomide Oguntoye. Thank you for joining us here, and see you some other time. Thank you.